Good morning. Today is the 13th of August 2026. This is the Defense Report's Wires Brief, your daily roundup of the latest defense, intelligence, and international security news. I'm Stuart Webb, and here are today's top stories. A senior advisor to the commander of Iran's Revolutionary Guards said that Iran could prolong the war until Trump leaves office. Mohammad Reza Nagdi, a senior IRGC officer, told this to PBS NewsHour. Nagdi also said the reason why Supreme Leader Moshtaba Khamenei has not appeared publicly during the war is due to security reasons. The CIA reportedly doubted Israeli intelligence that suggested that there was a viable assassination plot on the president. The president ultimately switched plans in Turkey by covertly entering a catering truck. The CIA believed that Israel was attempting to influence President Trump as much as to protect him. U.S. lawmakers are calling for answers after several sailors have jumped overboard on the USS Abraham Lincoln. The aircraft carrier has been deployed for more than 250 days, and there are reports of deteriorating living conditions and worsening mental health among the crew. Moving on to the Ukraine-Russia war, Ukrainian military intelligence estimates that Russia produces 3,000 Garin 4 and 5 kamikaze drones a month. The Garin is a version of the Iranian Shahed drone. The Garin 5 is jet-powered and is believed that Russia is aiming to have at least 50% of its output to be Garin 5. President Zelensky said that Ukraine needs 5% of the US Patriot interceptor missile stockpile to get through the winter and 10% to shoot down all Russian ballistic missiles. With reports of diminished US stockpiles, it's unclear where those percentages and figures came from. In one recent Russian attack, Ukraine failed to intercept any of the 28 ballistic missiles it launched at the capital. Heavy fighting continues between the Taliban and those loyal to Juma Khan Feda in Badakhshan. There are reports that because of the number of casualties, the Taliban are removing civilian patients from hospitals to treat their wounds. Feda's forces have captured 2 Taliban outposts in the Duabe and Sarko areas and several sectors of the Nusay district of Badakhshan. The Taliban have reportedly deployed helicopters and drones to the area. According to a new UN Security Council report from the Analytical Support and Sanctions Monitoring Team, the Afghan Taliban support of the Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan, or the Pakistani Taliban, has led to the rise in frequency and lethality of terrorist attacks in Pakistan. The report also outlines that there's a growing operational linkages among the TTP, Al-Qaeda, Islamic State Khorasan Province, and the Baloch Liberation Army. In Iraq, because of the Iran war, the government is running out of money and cannot fund its large public sector. Between 85 and 90% of Iraq's budget comes from the sale of oil, and not being freely able to ship it through the Strait of Hormuz is having consequences. Moving to Sudan, the TASIS alliance of the Rapid Support Forces claims to have taken the strategic city of Kaysan in the Blue Nile state. The TASIS alliance consists of the RSF, Sudan's People Liberation Movement North, and other armed Darfuri groups and political and civilian forces. The RSF launched drone attacks on the capital Khartoum and other army-controlled cities on Wednesday. The RSF followed with drone attacks on the capital today. Sudan's army holds the center, north, and east of the country and took control of a key highway leading to the capital recently. Moving to Japan, Russian President Vladimir Putin made his first trip to the disputed Southern Kuril Islands in Russia's Far East. Russia seized the islands at the close of World War II, but Japan still claims them. The Russian move, along with pressure from China and North Korea, is seen by analysts as a reaction to Japanese rearmament and strengthening relations with the United States, as well as making a common cause with Chinese interests in the region. Russia has deployed anti-ship missiles, warplanes, and other military equipment to the Kuril Islands. And finally, in Germany, an evacuation around a Bavarian train station was ordered as a precaution after a suspicious object was found. The object was found not to be a bomb, but surrounding roads and railways remain closed while criminal police conclude their investigation. And that concludes today's Wires Brief. If you found this useful, subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and visit defenseport.com for analysis on these topics and more. And until next time, have a good day.